Yeah, QSL there, Bob. Well, you've got a massive signal there, Bob. You're about a signal 9 plus 10 peak there, Bob. Operator this side is Keith, Kilo Echo India Tango Hotel, situated in the city of York, central UK there. Back to you, Bob.
Yorkshire, yeah, 100%, yeah, good propagation, yeah. I got you about a 15 over 9, 10 over 9, 15 over 9 there, right?
Yeah, roger there. Well, you're about a 10 over 9 there, Bob. I'm actually doing a short video of this conversation just to let you see. If you put my call sign into YouTube later, Bob, you'll see this video up there and you'll be amazed by your signal, QSL. Yeah, my call sign is 26 Charlie Tango 597. 26CT597. If you just put that into YouTube in about an hour's time, Bob, you'll see what you sound like in the UK, QSL.
Okay, that's YouTube, right? YouTube? Okay, I'm just starting to get used to the computer there, so I'm just starting to get used to it, the YouTube. 26 Charlie Tango 597. Okay, 2 Tango Bravo 131 there. Personal Bob, what's the personal there, go?
Yeah, the personal, Bob, is Keith, Kilo Echo India Tango Hotel. Operator Keith, Bob, QSL.
Keith, yeah. Good copy there. I'm running an Icon 738, about 16170 whiskies. Microphone, turn up plus 2 disc mic. The antenna, 4-element Moonraker 4, about 25 meters on the tower, Keith. Huh?
Yeah, them Moonraker 4s are just exceptional. Every time I speak to someone on one of those antennas, they're just incredible. I've been looking into buying one just lately because the way them antennas work is just astounding. Working conditions this side, Bob, is a Kenwood TS590 running a Heil GM Elite microphone through a Behringer mixer. We're doing about 1,000 whiskies through a 3-element Yagi. It's only about 25 feet off the floor, QSL.
I got a Moonraker. This Moonraker is probably about 3 years old. Right out of the box. I paid $100 for it. But I got another brand. It's not brand new. It's like, say, if you go from 100% to about maybe 75%. I got another Moonraker in my in the other room here, down in my basement here. So I might be trying to get rid of that sometime or another. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, they're fantastic, Bob. Like I say, every time I speak to someone in the USA, and you always seem to use those antennas. I've been looking at a company called Bell CB Store, I think it is, in the USA. They have them, but the shipping costs were quite expensive. So, plus, from where I live, Bob, I live in a residential area, so it'd be a bit hard putting one of those up because I think it'd look a bit obtrusive for my neighbours because the neighbours don't like the beam on my vertical, to be honest. Back to you.
But I guess it'd be a pain in the butt, huh? Yeah. I was thinking to myself, I'm trying to get maybe pick up a little amplifier down the line, but what I like to do, I don't know if they would work or not. I see them in the amateur magazines. They're about $180 a low pass filter. I'd have to call them up. I don't know if they really work and knock off all the if you're running power, if it would knock off any QRM on the outside. They're about $190. It's a low pass filter.
Yeah, well, the best way, Bob, to be absolutely honest with you, is just buy a clean amplifier. The amplifier I'm running was made in 1968, and these amplifiers have filters in rather than the dirty CB amplifiers. If you buy a proper ham amplifier, these days they actually have filters in them, so you probably wouldn't get any interference, or if you were giving interference out, it's probably their antennas. What's the problem? Not your radio, because I'm doing about one kilowatt at the moment, and I have no interference whatsoever on my on any of my televisions in my house, QSL.
You must have cable, right? You don't have regular outside aerial, so you must have cable. That's why you're not going through, right?
Yeah, but it can interfere sometimes. I mean, I did have a CB amplifier, and I was running that a little bit now and then, and I noticed every time I keyed up on that, it was blanking the tellies out. But then I put this HF linear on, and there's no interference whatsoever. Back to you.
Well, what model is that? What particular model is that, you know?
Yeah, the one I'm running is by a company in England. They're out of business now. It's a very, very old amplifier made in 1968. The amplifier is a KW1000. KW1000. They do about 1,000, about 1.2 kilowatts on full drive, but I don't drive it fully. I put quite a bit of power into it, but I never flat out on it. It heats up pretty well. Back to you.
How much, what do you have to throw in on the swing on sideband? What do you have to throw into it? About 25, 30, 40 watts, 50 watts?
You can go, well, they reckon about 40 watts, but you can go anywhere up to 100 watts, but obviously 100 watts really will be driving the linear quite hard. I usually do about 50 watts into it, and I think I was doing 75 into it on FM, and I was getting 750 watts out of it, but that's on FM, not sideband, so you can more or less double that up for sideband QSL.
Imagine that thing must get pretty hot, I imagine, right? If you touch it now, it must be pretty hot, right?
It certainly is, yeah, but there's vents all over it letting all the heat out, so yeah, it does get very hot, but like I say, it's you can put a fan on to extract the heat, I guess, but I don't need it. It keeps my shack nice and warm. Back to you.
Did you say you have fans on it, or you got the heat sink, right? But what did you say? You got cooling fans on the heat sink? Is that what you said, go?
No, on the actual amplifier itself, Bob, it's got loads of little holes all over the amplifier. It's a very, very big amplifier. It's twice as big as my Kenwood because it's such an old amplifier. But there's loads of holes in it, letting all the heat out. So you can put fans on the top to pull the heat out of there, and obviously pull some cool air through it through the valves. Back to you.
Well, some of the amplifiers today, they have the whole bottom of the amplifier and the back of it is all heat sinks. It's all like a big giant heat sink. So I imagine that pulls all the heat out of there, Roger?
Yeah, they probably do. I mean, these new ones these days, they probably do. But like I say, I mean, this one's 1968. It's like 44 years old. Yeah, I'm 43. I was born in 69. This is a 68. So my amplifier is actually 44 years old. I bought it off eBay just before Christmas. I had it 3 days, and the transformer blew up on it. So I've had a new transformer wound for it, but the cost of the transformer was as much as I paid for the amplifier. But at least I know the amplifier is working well now. Back to you.
You're very lucky you could get the transformer for it, you know. You were fortunate that you could pick it up being so old like that, you know.
Yeah, no, you can't buy them, Bob. I had to have one rewound. I had a transformer rewound, what was very, very expensive. Back to you.
What am I coming from San Diego right there? I just did my antenna a little bit better there, but am I hitting the old red zone? Go ahead.
Yeah, you're about. You were up at 20 dB. You're about a signal 9 now, but that could be down to propagation. You're about a signal 9, but you've not gone under a 9, I don't think. But like I say, this video's videoing now. It's up to 9 minutes now, so I'll put this on YouTube later for you, and you'll be able to watch it. Bob, back to you.
Okay, so what I have to do is get on YouTube and then put your call sign in, right?
Yeah, just go into YouTube and just put my call sign in, 26CT597, and that will come up with all the videos, and if you go down them, you will see your video on there. I'll put my call sign next to your call sign. Back to you.
You got my personal, right? Bob, I think I told you my personal, Roger? Bravo, Oscar, Bravo. Roger?
Yep, I certainly have there, Bob. 2 Tango Bravo 131, operator Bob. Bob, what's your QTH just for the video?
Rhode Island. Rhode Island there, Roger?
Yeah, it's just nice to have that on the video so when people watch it, because I have quite a few subscribers to my videos I put up there, Bob, and people like to watch them there. Back to you.
I get quite a few myself. If I punch in my call sign, I got about maybe 8 or 10 of them from all over. It shows my signal, my voice talking. It's pretty cool, you know?
Well, it's nice to hear what you sound like in different countries, because obviously if you buy a bit of radio equipment and a bit of audio equipment like the mixers, etc., it's nice just to hear that everything's working as it should be. Back to you.
Roger that there, yeah. I guess I got a good copy. I got you about a 15/9 here. 15/9. Super Radio Fiber. The audio sounds very, very good audio. I'm running the old Turner Plus 2 desk mic. I've had this mic maybe about, I probably had this mic over 30 years, this microphone. Roger?
Well, it certainly sounds fantastic. Everything you're running there is just such a strong signal. You know, I've had some good strong signals out of the USA today, but without doubt, I haven't even got the preamp on. I'll actually put the preamp on you next over, so you can see that I haven't had the preamp on all the time, and you'll see how much your signal goes up. Go ahead. Preamp on. That's the preamp on. Off. Yeah, well, the preamp on there, it takes you up to just under 40 dB, so you're about a 10-20 dB there, Bob. Anyway, Bob, I'm not going to hold this too long because this video is quite a long video, and I don't think my phone, because I'm actually taping it on my iPhone, just sat in front of the transceiver there. So I'm not going to hold it too long there, Bob, otherwise it'll run out of battery. Then we'll be in it. So 2 Tango Bravo 131, Bob, thanks for a fantastic QSO there, Bob, and congratulations on your massive signal and station there. You'll be amazed when you look on YouTube at this, Bob. It's what I'd call awesome, absolutely fantastic. Back to you for your final, please, Bob.
All right, Keith, thanks, appreciate it, huh? Like I said, when I got tomorrow off, and like I said, I'll get on there and take a look at it, and like I said, I punch my call sign, and I get about 8 or 10 or 15 on there from different parts of the country. Matter of fact, I even saw one from the, you don't believe it, but if you put my call sign in there, I got the 153 division in there. Thailand. He was also on there too. When I punched it in, I had all different types of countries that were in there when I punched in my call sign. All right, Keith, take care. 25 Charlie Tango 597. Catching the log. I hope to catch you again, Keith.